It's me again, Demetrious Andrade. And if you're looking to take your fight game to the next level, try this, the Fighter Stack. Everything you need.
Hey everybody, Marcos Villegas here in Los Angeles, being joined with Shawn Porter, who's doing a little bit of signing for his pay-per-view fight coming up September 28th.
I don't know where these are going. I don't know how much they cost. I don't know if you can get one, but my signature and Errol Spence signature will be on this, so maybe worth some money someday. Definitely a item to be cherished for the years to come. So try to find one.
Well, your shirt has your signature.
Yeah, it does.
That's what I noticed. That's like all custom then, right?
Yes, sir. This is all tailor-made, custom to fit Shawn Porter and no one else. So my brother has taken a shirt of mine that's custom for me, and then he's tall, so it only gets to like right here. He undoes this part and pulls it down the rest of the way. Yeah, or rolls it up.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, man, it's not for you, you know?
Hey, whatever works.
Yeah.
Upgrading, Shawn. I see this shiny little thing here.
This thing has been in my possession since like 2014.
Okay.
2015. I did Spike TV a long time ago, and I bought it when I did Spike. So this is one. I'm hopefully one and done. I don't want any more. I'm not really into jewelry, so.
With diamonds and all that?
More suits.
Yeah, you're a big suit guy.
Yeah, I'd rather get more suits, to be honest with you.
You know, this fight with Errol Spence, we're like in the last month and a half of it. You know, Errol's a guy that is big for the weight class, southpaw. I want to know a little bit about your sparring. Like, how are you approaching the sparring for a guy like Errol Spence?
For a few weeks now, I've been sparring with Dennis, the mama's boy, Douglas.
Yes.
Dennis, as you know, is he fights at 160, I believe, and he walks around maybe closer to the 170, 180 mark. He's right above 6 foot, right there at 6 foot. So we're getting good sparring with him, and we're gonna get some other guys as well. Demetrious Andrade, we're gonna have him come in for a week, and those might be the only two guys with bigger names that you may know, but definitely gonna have a lot of guys in there, even some smaller guys that can just, rattle off the punches for 3 minutes and hang in there for a couple of rounds. So getting good work so far.
You never reached out to Terence?
Was I supposed to?
Yeah, remember I told you, I'm like, you should reach out to Terence to get in some sparring for this fight, because he's a southpaw, he's tricky.
I'll see what he wants to do. I'm sure he's down to help, but I know that he's got his own life as well. So what I try not to do is I try not to reach out to guys that I know may look at being in the camp as being a sparring partner as something that's bad, So I know even my dad did it. We did the first camp with Manny Pacquiao when he fought Miguel Cotto, and we came back about a year or so later when he did Sugar Shane Mosley, and my dad told me, he said, this is the last camp we're going to do with Manny Pacquiao. I said, why? He says, we're not sparring partners. He said, we got bigger things to do than, spar and get someone else ready. We got to get ready for our own world championship fight. So I definitely know what that means, and so, we try to get the best work we can, but everything that's reasonable and makes sense as well.
Andrade is going to be a big asset, I think, because he's a big southpaw. He's tricky, very skillful.
And the difference between Booboo and other guys out there is, Booboo and I have known each other since we were 16 years old. So it's really more of a brotherly thing that we do. And, obviously he gets the compensation, but we do it just honestly to get good work and enjoy the company that we have while he's in camp, So that for us is more than just work when it's Demetrious Andrade. But for the most part, you bring a sparring partner in just to work, So, someone like Terence, I wouldn't want to, make him feel like he's being disrespected or anything like that at all. But I'll definitely reach out to him now that you said it again. Yeah, I'll reach out to him and see if he's interested.
What do you make of Booboo potentially fighting Canelo? I know that it's a strong possibility that he's going to fight him.
I love it, man. Booboo is one of the best fighters in the world, pound for pound. I think a fight like this would really let everyone know, what I've known and what some people in the boxing world have known for a long time. When I saw that fight may be happening, I got really excited. I was like, wow, like this is finally the moment and opportunity that he needs. And I think that, a fight with Canelo and beating Canelo, I would expect him to beat Canelo. That would catapult him into another dimension in the boxing world, and I think that would be awesome for him.
Now, it's certainly something that he's been wanting for a very long time, a fight with any of the top belt holders in that division. This fight, I saw that you did an interview the other day on Fox where they asked Errol who was more skillful, yourself or Kell Brook, and he said Kell Brook. And it kind of made me think, oh, wow, I wonder why he feels that. But how did you react when he said that, when you felt that?
He justified what he meant by that. I think he says that Kell Brook was a little bit more trickier. And he said that, by him being English and having that unorthodox European style, he said that was what made him more skillful than I am. But, nevertheless, I know the kind of skills that I have. More or less than talk about them, I'd rather show them. I think especially when you're someone like Errol Spence or a few other people out there who may think I'm only a one-dimensional fighter, then it gives me more room and opportunity to do more things.
When you look at this fight as well, we've seen Errol box in his last fight, but we also seen Errol come forward and be a relentless body attacker.
Yeah.
Do you think he's going to switch it up between the two in this fight, or do you think he's going to try to go meet you head to head?
I think a little bit like me. I think he's going to try to play the hand that he's dealt, and then and go from there. I think that once I start to make him make adjustments, I think he's someone that can make adjustments. I don't think he's going to force anything. I don't think he's going to try to force himself to out jab me if I'm on the outside trying to jab. I expect him to become more of an aggressive fighter the way he is and come at me. So I think that this is one fight that is kind of round by round, and I think that as long as I dictate the pace and I make him make adjustments opposed to allowing him to get comfortable and make me make adjustments, I think that that's where we'll be leading the race.
How hard is this fight to game plan for?
I don't think it's that hard to game plan for. I think that we know what to expect, At least myself. I know that I'm not just getting in the ring with the guy who is, regarded as one of the most dangerous guys in boxing, but he has a lot of the same abilities and talents that I have. We saw in his last fight that he can use his jab if he needs to. We've seen him, be aggressive time and fight again, So I think that he has, abilities to make adjustments the same way I do. So I think it's just more so having the understanding that this is what he can do, this is what he will do, and then making adjustments when we get there.
You guys just came back from your press conference at the Staples Center. You were fired up. You guys did a face-off, and you guys said a few things there. What was said between you guys?
Everybody wants to know what we said.
Yeah, it's interesting when you get two fighters saying stuff to each other.
The funny part, it was absolutely nothing. I was looking at him, and I hear his guys chanting and saying things, and it tickled me a little bit. So I said, "Man, is that your people back there?" And he said, "Yeah, they love me." I was like, "All right, that's cool." So it's absolutely nothing. Every now and then you do get two guys that will, cuss at each other and say what they're going to do to one another and stuff like that. But that is 100% is not how I get down. So.
But in the Vegas press conference, he did say something to you, right, in the face-off?
He said some things that were, a little out of pocket, so to speak, of things that, I'm not going to repeat, but I will say that, they didn't have much respect behind the lyrics he was kicking.
The goal, I think, for both of you guys, because you said it is a fight with Manny Pacquiao down the line. I know Manny got a huge win over Keith. He looked really good for his age, but I just want to get your thoughts about what Manny looks like now and what kind of challenges does he present to you guys.
He looked great in his fight against Keith Thurman. I think that, the way I sum it up, I don't want to say too much, about fighting him because I wouldn't want just to give anything away, but I think that him and Freddie and his team, they know how it works when they get in the ring with the orthodox fighter. I don't think Keith Thurman necessarily understood that and knew exactly what he was up against. So I think I have a really good idea of what I'd be up against Manny Pacquiao.
Were you surprised, one, that Manny knocked him down, and two, Keith was able to keep on going even after that body shot?
I was surprised that at the knockdown when it happened, I stood up. I'm like, did he get hit? What the heck happened? And then you fast forward and you see the body shot, and you see him survive this body shot, and not only that, but keep going as if he wanted to win the fight, like he knew he could win the fight. And at the end of the day, that's what we need and expect from a fighter. We want a fighter to show that he has heart, that he has desire, and he has the spirit of a champion, even in a loss. And I think a lot he had didn't said a lot before his fight with Manny Pacquiao, and so for him to handle his first loss as a professional the way that he did, I thought it was very admirable to see.
Terence Crawford is out there, and by all accounts, everybody wants to see Terence get in with any of you guys on this side. Timothy Bradley did an interview the other day saying that he feels that everybody on the PBC side is avoiding Terence Crawford.
Yeah.
You're a champion. You hold the WBC strap. What do you make of those comments?
You know what? I can speak for myself. I'm not avoiding Terence Crawford. I think that, first off, before you talk about him being avoided, let's talk about the business is being taken care of right now on the PBC side. We have a lot of champions that are fighting each other. It's not like Errol's about to fight a no-name guy or a guy who's got 5 losses or anything like that, a once-was champion or anything like that. He's about to fight, one of the best guys in boxing, myself. And, Keith Thurman just did it the same thing with Manny Pacquiao. Danny Garcia, I'm sure, is going to have another big fight out there. I know if he could fight anybody right now, Terence would want to fight Danny Garcia. So that's what I know, So he's not being ducked or avoided. I think that, no one has told us that business is going to go that direction. So we just are not even entertaining going that direction. For myself, having the friendship and relationship that I do have with Terence, I'm not going to allow anybody to put a camera in my face, a microphone in my face, and say, will you fight Terence Crawford? Why are you ducking him? And this is a conversation that Terence and I have had a long time ago, and we've had numerous conversations. If him and I fight, it's going to be something that we want to do, not what the public tells us to do, not what our promotional teams tell us to do. If it's something that he and I decide we want to do. So we've even had conversations and said, hey, man, let me know, So as far as the other guys go, I would love to see him in the ring with Danny Garcia. I think Danny has 2 losses now. I think if Danny is looking, he had the comeback fight against Adrian Granados. Looked fantastic in that fight. I think if he's looking for a fight that will give him the name, generate the money that he needs, all of that kind of stuff, I think that he's somebody that, Terence Crawford wants to fight and could fight. I think that's a fight that's definitely worth entertaining.
Rounding out camp, are you incorporating anything new because Errol is a little bit bigger than you in terms of your strength and conditioning, or is there anything in particular that are you doing differently or incorporating?
Well, I think that you guys think that that Errol Spence is bigger and stronger than me. I think that it could be his style, it could be the fact that he is taller than I am. But when we both take our shirts off, you can't really tell who's the bigger man outside of him being taller than me. I think we both, carry a good amount of muscle mass, so on and so forth. So for me, I am actually hitting the weights, but it was weight management for myself. It was to increase my power and my muscle mass that I've lost over the last few years of not doing a strong strength and conditioning program. So I just repped 225 pounds the other day. You wouldn't expect that from me, but I did that in high school. You know what I mean? I don't think he did that in high school. I don't think he's probably ever done that. So when you talk about someone being bigger and stronger, what are you really factoring in? So.
I haven't been able to rep 225 since forever. I think since never. Bench was never my thing, Shawn. But Shawn, hey, man, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. We're going to let him keep signing the gloves over here. But this man facing off against Errol Spence September 28th at the Staples Center on Fox Pay-Per-View.